shirt.
Oh, there you are.
I don't know how I found that thing because you can't find anything in the house right now.
Yeah. By the way, and I meant to wear it today. I think it may be in the wash. I got the produce stand shirt.
You didn't tell me you wanted to use it for this. I used it to pack because you hadn't put it anywhere. You just left it in the room that I was packing.
I did. I said, hey, I could wear that for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's gonna tell me when it was actually 2 days ago because I didn't do any packing today.
Hey Tiara.
Hey
Tiara.
Hey.
Just a pre-warning. I'm introducing you to your next
yes, please.
apparatus.
Cool.
This one is a dab rig that you can control from your phone. You can control the temperature, the duration of the burn, and the color that it lights up to. Watch.
It's your
like you can set different heat profiles and shit.
Nice.
That is some Star Trek shit.
Like if you want, you can just you could just use it as a lantern, and just be like, oh, we're going into party mode. Come on, there we go.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. One of the big things I'm really looking forward to with buying a house is actually having a place where people might come over to hang out. So that would be really fucking cool.
Yeah. So and it's a little pricey. It's $400, but still. You know.
Let's see. This is I've got 6 months to pay for it for my birthday.
And actually, they have a payment plan thing where you can do it in 4 payments.
Oh.
That's how I got mine. I wasn't dropping $420 on me.
No, it's $420.
Appropriate. It's appropriate. Yeah.
Oh yeah, perfect. $420. 4 easy payments of $420.
4 easy payments of $1.05. Yeah, that's right. Woo! Look at me, Brian.
Maths.
Been out of the classroom for almost 2 whole weeks now.
All right. So is everybody ready to go?
Do it.
Let's do it.
What are we doing again?
I'm going to do the thing here.
I don't know. I thought we were already doing it.
There we go. Well, we were, but then we're officially doing it.
Oh, okay.
Of course, my girlfriend calls me right now.
All right. Ooh, yeah. So, a little hiatus action for us here over at hey Tiara.
Hey.
How are you now?
Oh, not so bad.
Oh,
Jesus.
Good. And you
Go over. We need to start over.
Beautiful. I love that you have that now. That's fantastic. Yeah, no, the problem is, baby, yes. I just got really high.
That's different from any other day ending in Y and how.
Well, usually I put some time in between actually being, on the thing, but right. I didn't do that today.
So, anyway, welcome back to everybody out there for this little hiatus break where we're going to talk about a few things. Letterkenny, seasons 10 and 11, as well as the new Shoresy spinoff. But before we get started, I would like to introduce our guests. Awesome, Renee and Al. Awesome, Renee and Al. How are you now?
Good, and you?
Good, and you?
Oh, good, and you?
I like the way that came in stacked.
Good and you, good and you, good and you. Ah, man. So it's excellent having y'all here.
Or would you say it's awesome having us here?
Oh.
No, it's me. Awesome. It's just, it's awesome that I'm having awesome here.
I'm in awesome time.
Happy end of Pride now. It's now that it's July 1st, which happens to be Canada Day. What happens to be Jared Keith's birthday. Al's got his Canada shirt on. Very nice, very nice. But
before we go too far into this, I would like to acknowledge that every single day it seems like they are finding graves of Indigenous children in residential schools all across Canada. And I've been very vocal at saying that every single residential school probably has graves in the US and in Canada. more were found today. I don't know what the total number. The number as of yesterday was 1,505, but I think another 200 were found today near Kamloops.
Yeah,
that
is correct. Another 180 or so. Yeah. It's a subdued Canada Day for sure at my house. I mean, we're not in celebrating mood, but at the same time, we are thankful for where we are.
Yeah.
And so I think it's okay to be both, right? And there's a lot of reckoning happening up here right now, and there should be, and it's going to continue. And really, talking about reparations, I don't think we can really we can't talk about that until every one of the schools are dug up, and we know what the final scope of this atrocity is. Only then can we start talking about what reparations could be. So yeah, unfortunately, it seems like every day they find they find more graves at every school, and there's a couple of hundred in Canada alone. I don't know how many there are in the U.S., but so that number.
Residential schools.
Yeah, that number just on climbing. So,
and it's not just residential schools for natives. They're schools for let's say freed Black children who didn't have people who could take care of them. Orphanages all over the world. Anything run by the Catholics pretty much probably has a graveyard that we know nothing about. Yeah. Especially,
I have to say, I am not at all surprised. This is like fucking 2014 and the Tuam babies being discovered all over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
and
for
I think
years.
The final report in Ireland was well over 9,000.
Yeah.
So if there's 9,000 just in Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
I think sorry, not to put it downer on to beginning the show, but
that's what I did. I did it, but I wanted to acknowledge that is happening.
Yeah, acknowledge that, and the fact that it shouldn't have been a surprise, and we should have known.
Right.
I mean, we were being told this all like forever. But what happens is here and there, when you dehumanize an entire population of people, and then you hear these stories from them, you don't give it any credence. Now the stories are coming out, and now people are acting shocked about something that we've been told about forever. We've been told about this for a long time. We're not being taught it enough in schools, but in the news, I know some of you are familiar with the Tragically Hip, great Canadian band, and the lead singer who died a few years ago. He was very vocal about natives and their plight up here, and was spreading the word, but only now are we starting to actually like realize, oh shit, this happened, and it's sad that it took this discovery, but yeah.
I know I don't remember where I learned first about all of that, but I know that there was some legislation at some point where people actually did try to get your Congress to pay to find out how many bodies were buried, and they wouldn't give them money for it.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think, I'm not sure why this is all springing up now, but what I'm seeing, at least the site that they found in Saskatchewan, it was a university that sent, ground penetrating radar over. So I feel like no one's waiting. They're not waiting for, government
anymore. Yeah.
Anymore. They're just going out and doing it. And
that's good.
So yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Someone's taking action.
Finally.
Finally.
Yeah. And having all of us having been fans of Letterkenny, we've seen a lot of the things that Kaniatio has spoken about as far as the things that are going on with the indigenous population and up there. And including talking about that stuff on her own podcast with her mom. So,
and she's got a new one called Twisted Stories through CBC, which is really good. I've been listening to it.
Twisted History.
Twisted History. Sorry.
Ooh, I'm definitely into that.
It's really
Thank you for
cool.
writing that down.
She hosts it, and it's just people, indigenous people telling their stories, and it's not all about residential schools, but it's, again, we need to undo all the dehumanization that's been happening, and we need to start, because excuse me, there's still residences where they don't have clean drinking water yet, and I mean that's unacceptable. And again, easy to ignore when we're not looking at them as human beings, and we need to stop doing that.
Yeah, a whole lot of that became apparent to Americans with like the pipeline protests and like the water protectors. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
And when COVID broke out and the Navajo Nation wasn't getting any supplies and they had one of the highest rates in the US. And, you know, it for me, again, unfortunately, because I am too well aware of the way that government works, I knew it was going to end up being something like that. And it was terrifying watching how many people were shocked by it. So I can't imagine, like, it's shocking to me that people are shocked by the residential schools in Canada. I'm an American. I know about it.
Yeah.
You know, granted, half my family's in Canada, but like, I didn't go to school there. I didn't, you know, really technically grow up there. I just spent a whole lot of time there.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, and these are things that we've talked about for some time on this podcast, as well as, you know, on our social media. So yeah, we're all about the fight. So if any news, please let us know. We're happy to. Happy is not the right word, of course, but
share the knowledge of it.
We're more than ready to do that.
I hope you can excuse my my reservation and commenting on this matter. I don't know enough, so that's why I'm letting you guys take the reins. I'm learning as you guys are teaching right now. So thank you for educating me.
You know, and we can all learn. We can all afford to learn more.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't already follow Ganyatio's Twitter account, she's been posting resources and commentary all day. So her Twitter's been fire today.
And just so you know the kind of scope of how it's hitting up here right now, every single Canadian radio station today is it's called a day of listening. Was it today or yesterday? Maybe it was yesterday. A day of listening, and between the song, regardless of format, they're playing stories. They're airing stories of Indigenous people. Every single, regardless of company, regardless of format, heavy metal stations, dance, whatever. I mean, they probably don't exist anymore up here, but are playing these stories in between songs and telling the stories of Native Canadians.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I don't see that happening in the US when all of the atrocities, you know, we like to ignore them. We like to pretend that they're not there.
I feel like we haven't had a unity like that in America since 9/11. I really felt like that was like the one thing that brought this whole country together. And then after a couple of years later, then everybody kind of forgot about, like, you know, being like a brotherhood or a family. Now we're all we went back to hating each other for the dumbest reasons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how are you now?
Yeah. Can't we just all hate the degens from upcountry?
Fucking degens from fucking upcountry, man.
So let's so as I said, what we're going to talk about today, aside from, you know, everything that's going on around today, but as far as Letterkenny is concerned, seasons 10 and 11 have finished filming. There are a total of 14 episodes, which has been reported. Also, Jared and Jacob have started development on the Letterkenny spinoff Shoresy. I don't know how far they are along with that, but I know that, you know, there are some in the crew that I follow on Twitter that have already marked it that they are involved. So real quick, just so we can kind of get up to where we are current day, recap of season 9 briefly. So we start off the season with the entire crew of coming from Letterkenny down to, you know, hand Dirks's ass. So and then ending up at an American buck and doe after beating Dirk's friends up as well. Then next episode, the Hicks and Skids decide to teach the youths of Letterkenny not to be little shitheads.
Before I forget, is there a Canadian word for a diner, or is there you guys just call them diners?
Oh, we got diners, yeah.
Just diner. That's curious.
So then Katie hitting the ground running, going scorched earth on the dating scene in Letterkenny. Riley and Jonesy getting their lessons in Judaism. and everyone getting to have a sleepover and talk about who they like.
That was the ASMR episode, right?
Yeah, that really was. Oh shit! I didn't think about that. That's great. I didn't think about that. It's so good.
Well, they love these concept episodes, so that
very much.
Yeah.
So then a new restaurant opens in town, and only to be taken down by Gail, and maybe Bonnie McMurray had a little hand in that. And then finally, Tanis starts her own energy drink, Indian NRG, which appears to conflict with Bro Dude. Dierks shows up to be the next Bro Dude image. Anik is now dating Dierks, and Bro Dude stripping the title away from the Cary County Eagles because Shoresy screwed up the DNA tests. Oh, and Marie Fred is back. Mm-hmm. So that's where we left off.
No, nothing at all. And we all know that was filmed pre-pandemic, and they had totally expected to pick right back up and finish the another season, and so it kind of ended in a way that they probably did not intend.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because that season ended in the winter.
Yeah,
and there was snow out.
Yeah.
So
can I say the way that season ended made me hate it so much that I blanked it out. Literally, I forgot about Anik taking over the fucking Bro Dude shit. Like, I literally blacked out those last 2 to 3.5 episodes. Fuck.
Yeah.
And also because I knew for a fact that we weren't getting anything else for another year or two. So I was just like,
yeah, I'm hoping that they ended it just in the last week, basically. I'm sure there's still editing and post-production stuff that has to happen. I think it's feasible based off of prior seasons that this could be out by October.
Usually it's like September, right? Or October.
Because
traditionally it was one release on Canada Day and another release on Christmas.
Right.
But last year, well, not last year, but 2019, they postponed the Canada Day release because they were going on a huge tour. Mm-hmm. And then obviously 2020 happened, and that was a wash.
Right. So the last two that they put out together came was an October-December release, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So
that's right. Awesome would know.
Yeah.
So once again, things I don't know about, I'm going to back up and just.
Awesome literally writes the Wikipedia. I swear.
Awesome's got the reins on that one.
I may have edited that.
By the way, for those who don't know, Awesome is the high council presidente extraordinaire of the Letterkenny subreddit.
My proper title is Skellington Overlord and Generalissima for life.
Sure.
All right then.
Every day you learn something new.
So where we ended off with 9 plants the thought that, number one, that there's going to be some discussion that has to happen between Wayne and Marie Fred, just based off the way he walked out there and with, elbows akimbo, like he does.
Yeah, he walked out there like he was looking for a fight.
Yeah, and I'm kind of wondering because he's never going to fight a woman.
No,
that's not going to happen. So he went out there expecting something. So do you think he went out there expecting Marie Fred's sweetie to be out there or something, or?
I don't recall what happened when they break up. I'm not spoiling anything here, I don't think. I mean, our podcast is just starting season 7, so I'm supposed to not know what happened.
Got it.
But I love your keeping kayfabe. Nice.
and I don't remember when they break up what happens, but could it just be that he actually called her to bring the ring back because he wants to give it to Rosie?
It definitely could be.
It could be.
But I don't see that in Wayne personally.
Yeah, I feel like Wayne would be the kind of guy that'd be like, tell her to keep it.
Yeah,
like, as a memory, or
because he had to get Katie to co-sign it. I mean, it was a lot of money, right? Like they had to go to the bank together to get the money for this.
I'm still on my that's a safety deposit box withdrawal train.
So
that it was a family heirloom.
Even worse, right? If it's a family heirloom, he wants that shit back so he can give it to the right girl, not let her keep it. So either way, I mean, I'm hoping that's it. Like there's no other good reason that would follow with Wayne's character that would any other reason, right? It wouldn't be because she's back and she wants him back and he'll take her back. That's not going to happen. So
I want to quash a rumor right now.
Uh-oh.
Marie Fred is not fucking pregnant. She's not.
Yeah, no.
This was brought up repeatedly on the subreddit, and I'm like, none of you degens can count. Right?
Right.
Like, it's just basic maths. Like, they broke up in the winter, and they went all summer, and she came back, and she was not knocked up when she knocked on his door.
Right.
Like, she was visibly not pregnant, and she would have been visibly pregnant at that point in the series. And then we have series 9, which is also in the winter. So that's a whole year.
Yeah.
She's not pregnant and she did not have his baby. Please stop saying that.
Remind me, Awesome, when she came to the door before, what was that one about?
She came to the door to tell Wayne that Dirks was stepping out on Katie Cat.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Could this be, because I remember when we talked about the season finale, I think that was something that I brought up. Could it be something similar because Dirks has shown up again? Like, I mean,
so you think she's trying to warn Anik that he's philandering?
No, it was more.
Is this what we're doing right now? Is this?
Yeah, this is what we're doing, baby.
I mean, just where you expect. Yeah, I think it's kind of where we expect what has happened from season 9 to flow into 10 and 11.
Yeah,
and I have because also they've filmed 14 episodes, which means each one of these has a quote unquote holiday episode. So what I'd also
fingers are crossed.
What
I love those.
Assuming that's
give
the
me
case,
pride.
I also want
give me fucking pride.
New Year's Eve pride.
Yeah. So what? Yeah, I'm kind of curious what you think might be the holidays.
Or they could have just extended the seasons by an episode too, right?
I was gonna say I always need
maybe.
I need one holiday and I need one Dick's episode. Fucking Mennonites. I need my Nappers episode.
Yeah. Because do 7 and 8 don't have holiday episodes, right?
They do not.
Yeah.
They quote unquote ran out of holidays. So they just incorporated their 7th episode into the regular series.
Yeah. So that's probably what they're going to continue to do.
We could be doing Groundhog Day. We could be doing Boxing Day.
There are so many holidays.
Arbor Day. Come on. Now.
Learning about other cultures' holidays, like I don't know, maybe the natives.
Give me a fucking Purim episode.
Oh yeah.
Like I want to see the Letterkenny crew rock up on a Purim.
Come on, imagine a Letterkenny Dia de los Muertos episode.
Oh.
April Fools would be a good one. I think they could have fun with that.
Oh, yeah.
I would like
I could
to
see.
see
I could see that pranks.
I could see them doing that. I don't want to see it, but I don't like pranks personally. But
well,
no, I would like to see a New Year's Eve episode, and since we've had Derry and Wayne's birthday, I would like to see Katie's birthday.
Hell
yeah.
If Easter was kind of Derry's, holiday, and Christmas is obviously Wayne's. If they did it April Fools, which character would take that one and be like, oh, this is my holiday? I love this thought.
McMurray. I literally, yeah.
Stuart.
You said out loud.
I can see Stuart.
Stuart and
I
Roll.
could actually honestly see Squirrely Dan doing it because no one would suspect.
Well, he got
it.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, he got St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, so
yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, then maybe Katie. Maybe she's like the prank meister.
You know what? Or it could be Riley Jonesy, both of them,
Oh,
They're fucking idiots.
Oh God, yeah, I could totally
do
that.
Pranks and just failing.
Oh yeah, well, no, what it would be is that they would fail at every step yet still pull off the prank every time, regardless of how hard they fucked it up.
That is exactly how that would go. There's no other way that could go. And I would watch every second of it. I'd be riveted.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Well, hey, I heard Katie's at this bar. Should we go?
Do you want to go
I'm surprised we're not already there.
God bless you for bringing that one home.
I don't know why we're not having a Katie right now. If that's your forte.
She's my forte.
I know.
Not my forte.
Why don't you take about their 20% down? They're awesome.
I mean, I'm basically a clone of Wayne, but with tits, so I don't think he'd have a problem with me.
Jesus Christ, Dean. Is this what we've turned into? Is this what we've become? What have we become, my Swedish friend?
We've gone commercial.
I'm not Swedish.
We've gone morning zoo here, people.
Hello. Hello. This is Dean and the Beaver. Hello. Dean and Beaver in the morning.
Check my Facebook while y'all are doing that.
Remember back to season 8?
Oh, wow.
That's right. Dean and Beaver brought to you by forhims.com. Forhims.com. Keeping you rock hard all morning. That's right. With Dean and the Beaver.
And Manscaped. Lawnmower 4.0.
Now with an LED landing strip lighting pad. That's right.
I love that. That's actually a real thing.
I'm just gonna have LEDs. I'm just gonna have LEDs installed.
LED.
I mean,
guys stuff. LEDs. Waterproof. Trim.
Truck nuts.
yep.
Give your sack a tug.
We've got.
Speaking of Facebook, I just saw truck nuts for Crocs recently. That was awesome.
No.
What?
Yeah, that's a
That
thing.
is not okay.
That's a thing.
Now, see that I could see that being a cold open, where they're all talking about people having truck nuts on their vehicles.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, I could see Wayne saying something like, why don't you have truck nuts on your truck, Wayne? Because my truck's a woman. It's not a man. Something like that.
Or maybe
a lady.
Yeah,
it's
lady.
A GMC Sierra.
Yeah. Or because I'm not an idiot.
I feel like he, instead of being like that, I feel like Wayne would be, why do I need to show that off? Everybody knows that I'm the toughest guy in Letterkenny.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to pretend to have,
Yeah, those jeans of his are tight enough that he's showing off already.
He could just mount the testicles of everybody he's beaten on
Pretty
the
much.
back of his truck.
Pretty much.
I don't know how many years we've been doing this now, but like, it still fascinates me that I still see the same comment popping up over and over again, asking, "How come Wayne's pants never fall down?"
Because they're painted on. Like, that's worse.
There's like 8,000 seasons of this fucking show. Figure it out, bud.
Christ, especially like sometime around series 6 to in between series 6 and 8. That dude got an arse upgrade. Like,
oh yeah, he
like
started
upped his squats quotient.
Someone started doing
He
squats.
understood that the naked Shoresy scenes were a hit, so like I gotta make sure that people are all about that.
Give us
Yeah.
more.
Skipping
because
leg
we haven't
day.
Well, that's
seen
why they're
naked
doing the whole
Shoresy.
show.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna be all naked Kiso.
Do we even
Kiso
know
said,
is like
I want to get paid for playing hockey.
is Kiso like bedded up? Is he got like a lady friend or?
He's
Oh no,
married.
he's
Yeah.
married.
That's what I figured. I'm like, that dude seems like the guy who would like have like 3 kids, a ranch,
Settle
like-
down kind of.
Yeah. Oh,
the-
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
a settle down kind of fella from a
Yeah.
report.
He's like that quiet, hilarious, like that dude is like unassuming. You're just like, this dude's funny as shit, and you only ever see him once every like 4 months.
Yeah, the sneaky kind of hilarious.
Fucking great. But we are blessed to have him. Hey.
Yeah,
Love you,
we're
Jared.
running his biggest
And happy
export.
birthday.
Yeah. If you were gonna buy Jared Kiso a birthday present, what would it be?
Ooh.
Well, I know what Awesome's present to Jared would be. It'd be one of those coupon books. Or
no,
a
Joe
back
said
rub
buy,
and
not homemade.
A free front rub.
a front.
Literally, I straight up
That's
go
right.
to like
I buy him a strap and a harness.
I go to straight up
free
hick shit. I'm
pegging.
thinking like a tractor or something like that. Or, like
You're like trying to play it safe, and everyone else is like sex.
no,
Which is awesome because you are higher than I am.
Yeah. Wait, who? Wait, me? No. No.
Yeah, no, never, joint boy.
No.
He is joints boy.
I don't have another show to do after this at all.
So
And that's not even a Squirrely Dan pluralization.
and by the way, major condolences to you, Renee.
Oh yeah.
You've been with us and having Portia on the show at the same time. We love you. Rest in peace, Portia. You were good. You were a good pupper. So,
thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
To your health.
Yeah, that was one of the hardest days of my life, and I was really glad that you guys got to see her, hear her bark multiple times. That dog saved my life. A lot of people use the expression "a service dog" very loosely, but this dog, I got her right when my New Yorker just came out there, didn't it? This fucking dog drank all the water. She had all the water. She had the best fucking water. I'm telling you, this fucking dog lived the best fucking life. She's a fucking princess. Now, honestly, she was one of the greatest things that ever happened in my life, and I really appreciate the fact that you guys got to meet her. And thank you. She was a fucking badass bitch. May she rest in peace. I had to put her out of her misery. She got diagnosed with heart disease about a year and a half ago, and I just kept watching her quality of life deteriorate, and I couldn't let her keep suffering. So had to do what I had to do. And again, thanks.
Yeah.
You made the right decision.
Yeah.
That it's the hardest fucking decision that anybody who's ever loved a pet has ever had to do, but it is absolutely the right decision because, like, I'm dreading the day when I have to make that decision again. But they
Colorado is very macho as far as the people I hang out with. It's a lot of older guys, and they all were like, something, son. Oh, they all have that Wilford Brimley fucking. I'll tell you something, son. If you ever want to watch a grown man cry, watch him have to put his dog down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fucking ain't right, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. That's shit's
heartbreaking. I'm knowing the age of Gus, and I can just imagine when that happens. There's going to be
you're talking about Gus.
Beginning of the episode. You know that there's going to be that big in memoriam of Gus. So,
the day that dog shuffles off this mortal coil, I will be sad personally. He is the handsomest dog I've ever seen. I want to marry that dog. No, I'm gonna be.
So to steer it in a positive way. Oh shit! Someone's got the puppers. Damn it!
Yeah, show it off, you prick.
I had one fucking 4-pack or 6-pack when I went to Michigan. I didn't bring any back. I'm so jealous. But on my one positive note, to end it on a positive note, I'm going to Lake Tahoe next month with the girlfriend. And when I come back, I plan on going puppy shopping. So we'll
shopping.
Yeah, Portia was a rescue, and maybe I'll look at the rescues as well. Because that's what happened last time when I went looking for Portia, or for a dog. Period. I just, my girlfriend at that time was like, "Why don't we check out the shelters?" And Portia just happened to be the fucking perfect dog, and I couldn't have been blessed better. So I want the experience of having a puppy, from the start.
It's a lot.
I bet. But I work independently, so. I've got the time. I can manage it. I can work it out and see if I can manage it. But again, Tiara, Dean, thank you for bringing it up. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Jews don't say rest in peace. We say may their memory be a blessing. And it sounds like her memory is definitely a blessing for you.
100%. Thank you, awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. We can't love our pups enough. So
Yeah, that was a tough day, and that was great for
So, Dean, going back to your original question, that's what I would get Kiso for his birthday is a 3-legged dog.
Oh, 3-legged dog.
Good answer. Good answer.
The only thing that what else do you give a guy who's probably got everything he
You
wants?
son of a bitch.
Yeah. No, before we got off
That's how
track,
Tanis
I
did
was
it.
going to say.
Like a perfect answer. He's like, let it hear me like bleed my heart out and thinking about the perfect answer this whole time. He's like, oh, I know.
By the way, I don't know if you knew this, but our intro song for the the show is by a local band called Hard Money Saints, and it's called 3-Legged Dog.
Yeah, that's why we picked that one.
Serendipity.
Right.
And then our outro song is Old Gray Dog.
Yeah.
So dog themes very much a thing here at How Are You Now?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Good, and you?
Along with the holes in my body.
So season 10.
Season 10.
Season 10.
Ooh.
So the cutover, I mean, what are you thinking that's going to be? Is it going to be?
We know there's going to be something with Indian energy.
Yeah.
So something having to do with hockey players, maybe probably having to like regain the title or something like that. So that'll probably be a through line.
I mean, I'm thinking that part of what they're going to have to address, is what the whole Marie Fred thing. I mean,
Yes,
what was that?
Do you think they're going to start off the first episode like going right into the story? Because I feel like they might do like they've done in the past, where the first episode's just kind of like a throwaway random episode.
Yeah, they don't usually pick up where the cliffhanger drops off.
Well, except for the last two series, except for series 8 and 9, continued on immediately after the cliffhanger from the previous series.
You know, there could be another idea there for the storyline for Marie Fred coming back. Maybe she's in trouble, and the only person she could think of that would help her would be Wayne, and that would kind of explain his his demeanor when he comes out first out. Like, especially, I don't remember. You say she wasn't with anybody when he comes out.
No, she was just walking through the car park in her big old duffel coat, and he just charges out there like he's ready to fight.
She could have called him or him and say, "I'm in trouble" or something, and Wayne being Wayne, maybe would come out to try to help her.
Yeah, but
because her truck is parked right in the middle of the parking lot. Yeah. So like it's like she's gotten out. She's like she pulls up and is not even really parked her truck. She just gets out.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how it looked to me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't see her pulling up, so I don't know if any of those cars are hers or because there's a lot of people at Modine's.
Yeah.
But what possible kind of trouble could she be in that only Wayne could solve, that her brother and her cousin couldn't solve, that her uncle couldn't solve?
Maybe she knows, she knows something. I mean, she knows people who know Dirks, obviously, and maybe she knows a way to try and bring him down because she knows that it's bad news that he's, doing this thing. I don't know. Maybe she's trying to redeem herself, and so she's coming to help.
Or
that's what I felt like. She was trying to redeem herself.
She's worried about a Nick, maybe, with
that's what I thought when she came to Wayne in series 8. She was snitching on Dirks and making her a hypocrite of herself just to get back in Wayne's good books, even though that was never gonna fucking happen. So I mean, I guess it is entirely possible she's trying to take another run at him by like trying to present as a virtuous person.
Oh no, that's not what I was saying. Redeeming herself has nothing to do with getting back in his pants. Mm-hmm. I think that she knows that she really fucked up and she maybe sees a way to make it up to him. He made it clear the last time that she came around that he had a girlfriend and he was very happy and had no interest. Ooh. So she probably is not coming back and saying, please take me back.
No, her uncle's in trouble, and Wayne loves her uncle so much. The old
that's
French guy.
I love that guy.
Maybe there could be another road trip to Quebec where the Hicks need to help out. Oh, where would Awesome go?
I love Quebec.
Yeah.
We lost an Awesome.
It's all right. We'll see if she pops back.
Okay.
It's too bad because Awesome had an interesting theory behind Nick and why she broke up with Derry back in the previous episodes that I thought was interesting. Maybe when she gets back, her theory was more like Nick already knew that Marie Fred was stepping out and wasn't approving of it, and but didn't say anything. But it was kind of like the reason she was keeping her distance from Derry was because she was seeing this happen. Maybe.
Could be.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, there could be that maybe she's coming to tell on Dirks again because she's stepping out on Anik, and maybe it's got something to do with that. So she's coming to Wayne again to tell him that now Dirks is cheating on her friend.
Yeah.
And maybe she's wanting him to, take Dirks out again.
I have a total conspiracy theory.
Uh-oh.
It just popped into my head, so I haven't fleshed it all out. But what if the whole Anik and Dirks thing is it's just bullshit for PR, and Anik has confessed that to her friend Marie Fred, and Marie Fred's like, "That's really fucked up that you're joining with that douchebag after what he did. I'm gonna go and tell my friends that they could." Or I hope will be my friends again if I don't know, something like that. Like, it just, as you were talking, like that kind of popped in, like, oh, that actually kind of could potentially work.
Yeah, there's a lot of places they could go. Awesome. Before you dropped out, I was just telling them about the theory you had about why Nick broke up with Derry earlier. I really like that theory.
Yeah. I like it too. It wraps up a couple of facts, and it does explain a shift in Derry's behavior, because through series 6 he wasn't clingy and overbearing. We get no evidence of
explain
that.
your theory for people like me who do not know what you're talking about.
Okay, so throughout series 6, while Anik and Derry are dating, we don't actually see him being clingy and overbearing at all until she's gone for 2 episodes, and then we see him kind of panicking and trying to figure out what's going on. So my theory is that Anik knew that Marie Fred was stepping out on Wayne, and she tried to get Marie Fred to come clean, and she wouldn't, and that's when Anik started withdrawing from Derry.
Oh, damn it. I lost it again.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was a good theory.
Wasn't Anik always being kind of like standoffish, shady? I don't know.
Aloof.
Yeah, aloof.
Well, aloof, but I don't know.
I'm sorry, I dropped out again.
You're all
done. It happens.
Where did I leave off?
Saying that Anik was sorry, go ahead, Tiara.
No.
I don't see it. I don't remember a moment, even a solid moment, where Anik seemed into the relationship, except in the beginning with.
Well, when they were having crepes and pancakes and stuff, I mean, there were scenes where they were all 4 together, or 6 when you count Squirrely Dan and Katie. Yeah. They were fun, all fun and games, and then and Derry was surprisingly cool as a boyfriend. Who's punching well above his weight.
The gym unattended, as the hockey boys say.
Yeah, he's surprisingly cool as somebody who's punching well above his weight.
I love Daryl, but he is definitely, in a different weight class.
So the question maybe is when she starts with.
I don't think she's that hot.
You're to each their own, I guess. But anyway,
she's pretty, but I wouldn't like her.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting theory.
So she starts pulling back because she knows Marie Fred's doing the dirty, and she can't get her to fess up or break it off with Wayne. So she starts pulling back because she doesn't want to cause drama, because she's not that kind of person.
Although now we see that she's not exactly the nicest person either. She's going to be.
No,
I definitely don't think she's not the night.
That really makes me suspect her taste in men, because between Jean-Claude and
Derry,
no, what was Derry? What was a momentary blip of good judgment?
Are you saying dating? You're saying dating Derry is a lapse of judgment?
No, I'm saying Derry.
Is that what you're saying right now?
Maybe a Nick
I
really
would
likes
date Daryl. Okay.
Maybe a Nick really.
I would date Daryl.
She really likes to smell a banana boat. That's
and barn clothes.
Yeah.
But like Derry's genuinely a nice guy, and
Yes.
so like between the difference between him and the other two romantic interests that we've seen for her is vast and unfathomable. So it just, when we compare Derry to Jean-Claude and Derek's, there's just like, she seems to have a type and they seem to be douchebags. And Derry seems to be playing against type for her. That's what I'm saying.
It is interesting that she did want to make sure that he heard it from her that she had a new boyfriend.
Yeah, so it kind of lends back to the theory that maybe she's trying to make a point there to Marie Fred and to anyway. Great. I mean, we're talking season 6, and I know you wanted to talk season 10. So.
No. Well,
it all ties together.
It all comes around. It's cyclical.
There is never a mistake. They all you find it.
Yeah, if we're looking, I mean, it makes sense to look back to season 6 and 7 to get a glimpse into what potentially that whole reason for her showing up as well as Anik showing up. So yeah, it's I think that the sooner they resolve Dirks. I think it's got. They have to have one big resolution at the beginning of this, unless they intend.
Episode 1 is we will see whatever fallout or consequences there may be. We will see that in episode 1, and they'll just get right through it and move on to the next fucking thing. I think it'll be structured quite like series 9, episode 1, where they have the immediate fallout, the first couple of minutes. And then they have, the rest of the episode to move on to something else.
Right. So season 8 ended how season 9 began with that very beginning part where they're all running up. Katie doing the rap, of course.
Yeah.
And
can I just say, not the biggest fan of that intro.
No?
Really?
Of her rapping?
Really not. Really not. Like, I feel like it's one of their weakest intros. Like, out of all the fucking cold opens, I mean, like, I liked it, but as far as all the opens, I thought it was weak. I mean, I love wordplay. Obviously, you guys know that, but I don't know. Didn't land hard enough for me.
I think this was awesome. You'll have to confirm or deny. This was like the first time that Katie was the focus of the open.
That's true.
It is true. Except for she did have a limerick in the series opener for series 4, and she did have a couple of bits in the open for series 6 where they did the montage thing. Well, not a montage because people were speaking, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I love your brain.
It's a spanking montage,
Fucking don't make fun of me. My signal's crap. I can't defend myself.
You're fine.
I love you.
But I'm interested to see how quickly they tie that, because it does seem like that's what they have been doing with how things have ended, whether it was the end of Rosie's going away and Tanis. You think Wayne's gone off to cheat with Tanis, but he hasn't. But like that very first episode of the next season, they wrap that up. They wrap up the Marie Fred thing. They wrap up the Dirks thing. So
yeah, well, I mean, their seasons are too short. Unless you're gonna prolong that storyline for the entire season, it's too short not to wrap it up first before moving on to whatever your main theme is for that season, right?
Yeah, it could be interesting though. I mean, if this was the first time where they actually fed that thread further along in the season instead of just wrapping it up at the
there was kind of that change in tone in season 6, where they went from kind of the standalone episodes to the more kind of story-driven episodes for sure. And they did that for a whole season. So but now crossing over seasons, so having a story span over 2 or more seasons, that's something I don't think they've done yet. I mean, other than like their common kind of jokes and themes that they'll call back to, right?
Well, they've had storylines that kind of weave in and out and call back to previous episodes and like so yeah, I would say that storylines do carry on. Some storylines do carry on. Like there's always a main theme in a season.
Yeah.
For just about everybody unless they're strictly a side character.
Yeah. I mean there's recurring themes for each of them on, you know, whether it's Katie not wearing clothes or, you know,
right, jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to look at it this way, you could say that Wayne's looking for love is the theme of the whole show.
Yeah.
But, but that's a real macro view, and I don't think it would really hold up under scrutiny.
But I think so yeah, let's look at it as, you know, they keep doing what they're doing. So season 10 should have some sort of
resolution.
Well, I mean, the ending of it should have another cliffhanger.
There always is, right?
I mean, it seems that it should be that way. So let's.
I really want to see. I really want to see another Dan Harash episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I can confirm that will happen because he said that we would get more Dan on the episode you brought.
Yeah, I mean, he hinted at it. I don't want to push the envelope, but yeah, like. That's going to be great. Another freaking Jewish summer camp episode.
Please give me this. Give it to me. I need it.
Be good.
That's going to be the holiday season. It'll be like
could be. Yeah, be like Yom Kippur or
Hanukkah or
Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rosh Hashanah would be a better guess than Yom Kippur.
That's exactly, and that adds to the holidays. She's gone again, ladies and gentlemen. But that also adds to the holidays. Now we have some more fucking. We could, dude. Oh my god! Imagine Riley or Jonesy gets bar mitzvahed. Come on.
Riley and Jonesy go through a bris.
No. That was the first thing I heard when I came back.
And that's why I brought you in, right?
That's the new. We're saying that's a new holiday episode. Awesome. That's going to be a new holiday episode. Riley and Jonesy get breed.
Oh fuck.
Bristed. They get bristed. Bristed.
BRISST.
That's how I would say it, but that's never how I would spell it.
They got breed.
Be another.
I'm still pushing for Purim.
But let's. If there's going to be a cliffhanger in 10, will that be about Rosie? Or
that's what my money's on.
So I was really concerned when I saw Clark Bacco posting a rap shoot picture before the rest of the cast. Like, why is she finishing so much earlier than everyone else? What's going on there? Starting to read into, is she leaving the show? You know, I'm concerned about that. And I'm hoping that that's not the case. I'm hoping just the way they wrote it. Maybe she had other, commitments, and so they made sure that her scenes were all done first. But I'm hoping Rosie sticks around. I'm hoping that maybe the cliffhanger could be Wayne and Rosie, I don't know, committing to each other or something. Who knows?
That'd be awesome.
Because here's the other thing that I've been thinking. So Shoresy, which is going to be the new spinoff, we know that there's people attached to it. We know that Bill Buttery's involved with photography. Yeah. We know that Jared and Jacob are of course involved. Do you think that they're going to be writing Shoresy out of Letterkenny?
No.
Well, so did they make it clear? Is it Shoresy pre-Letterkenny, like a younger version of Shoresy? Because
they didn't say.
Yeah.
Well, my guess would be no, based on the press release from Bell, was that it specifically said that Shoresy moves to Northern Ontario to join a AAA hockey team so that he never has to lose again. So I would think it's post the loss of the Eagles and post being stripped of the title.
Yeah, AAA is a level up. I couldn't remember whether it was like a junior A or whatever, but AAA would be beyond whale shit senior hockey in Letterkenny.
Because the other thing that it said was that Kiso was going to be acting, which made me think that he has to be doing Shoresy. So
yeah, I just wasn't sure
I
whether
think he's writing too, because I think I remember that from the presser as well.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting the production window there, because also lining up with them, resuming the live shows. Like when, I'm wondering when that's all going to happen. If scripts are being written, and Buttery said that he was going to do something else and then come back to work on Shoresy. What does that mean in terms of like live Letterkenny live? So will they shoot Shoresy before they go on the road? Do they go on the road and then come back and shoot Shoresy? What does all that mean?
Well, by Canadian standards, they're going to have to do one and then the other. Like, especially because like we're still with the pandemic fucking leftover regulation shit. Yeah, they're going to film one and then do the other. Like you can only do one where it's stationed in one place, and then the other one's going to be on the road, I guess. Right.
Well, so from what I know, we can expect an announcement about the live shows somewhere in mid-July. And my guess is that the plot, or at least the first series, if there's going to be more than one, I don't know about that. But I think that Shoresy's already been written, and they're just looking for a window to film.
I mean,
Shoresy was like his pandemic project.
Yeah, I was gonna say, considering we've all had a year and a half of nothing else to do,
I wish that I'd been as
wrote that
productive.
shit really easy over the pandemic. Hell yeah, Tiara.
I didn't bake one loaf of fucking banana bread.
Synchronicity.
Neither did I, dude. Like oh god, I had a mental breakdown. Yay!
I started. Well, you did too. We both started a new podcast.
That's
true.
right.
True.
Actually, so
that
did
was
I.
like therapy.
My podcast,
that is like therapy.
My podcast is a pandemic project as well. So there you go. So I guess I wasn't as useless as I thought I was.
Definitely not.
It can seem that way sometimes. When
it feels that
way. So if season 10's cliffhanger is Rosie, is it that that you think there's?
I love these ifs. I love this. What ifs? I love it.
Speculation time.
Well, because it's just fun speculation.
Yeah, this whole episode is about conjecture.
Yeah.
So do you think it'll be something along the lines of how it ended up with Wayne and Marie Fred, where he goes to propose to her, and they, then season 11 is where we get the answer.
Yeah, but I don't think they're the kind of writers that'll go to the same well twice.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. I think if they were gonna do something like that, they won't go the same route, because the show's not like that at all.
I'm wondering if that cliffhanger has nothing to do at all with Rosie, because they've already done the whole won't they break up, and they've already done the won't he propose. So maybe the cliffhanger is something else. Maybe it's a main cast member leaving, or I don't know. Like, what else could it be, right?
Yeah. Well, see, that's another thing I was just thinking about is if somebody else was leaving, so I would see. I think Melanie Scrofano I would see as being probably the first one, just because of what she's got going on with Winona Earp.
Can you?
Yeah, she's kind of.
Can you imagine a storyline where the McMurrays break up?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about.
That would be kind of interesting.
That's the only long-term happy couple that we see in that
right?
show.
That would be
that's
I don't like this.
Depressed about that, because
I don't like this. I don't like this idea.
Right. For all of their awkwardness and non I don't want to say non-pro-social behavior around other people. For all of that, they are a healthy relationship. Yeah. They love each other very much. They trust each other. They have open communication. Yeah, exactly. Like they are a good relationship, and they very much love each other. I feel like that would make me actually almost like McMurray.
That
feel
would make
bad
me
for him for
upset.
sure. But
yeah.
oh, God damn it. She needs to get a better signal.
I know, right? It's that car Wi-Fi is not working for her.
I mean, she's in a car, so it's a
I think
Canadian phone services.
You know what might be another interesting storyline would be Squirrely Dan returning to being squirrely for some reason. You know, something happening with him where he's got this supposed squirrely past that's earned him this nickname. Right. But up until now, he's been virtuous Dan, right? Like
pretty much, yeah.
So it'd be kind of interesting to see maybe a devolving of Squirrely Dan into something, you know, some kind of depraved. I don't know.
Well, like he relapses back to his schneefed hoovering days.
Yeah.
Oh, he's already doing that. Him and Derry have been, I don't know, talk each other into it. But I'm wondering. So is Squirrely Dan and Ellen? They were together in the last season. Do we see that? Why is he so uncomfortable with her if he's supposedly got this squirrely past, got this name? Why is he so uncomfortable with her when she talks about sex?
Because Professor Trisha has taught him, you know, how to be a respectable guy, I guess. I don't know. Quote unquote.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Like, I still try to figure out where Dan's fucking line is between his squirreliness and his love and respect for the woman's.
I definitely think the line has to do with like whether he's on the schniff or not.
Yeah. I feel like when he's Hoover and Schneef, he's a different gentleman.
So we need a season of Squirrely Dan back on the Schneef. I think that would be a good season.
Well, because we've seen how he is when he's really, 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 really drunk. So if he's on the Schneef, he's probably not drastically different, maybe a little bit more coherent. But I'm sure he's going to be challenging lots of people to races if he's coked.
I was going to say maybe a little more fast acting, like more twitchy and stuff. That'd be kind of
win, man. The win.
Dean, you know, if I ever meet you, we're gonna have to race, right?
Yeah, we'll do that. We're a mile race.
We're gonna go me and you to the corner and back. Okay.
I mean, the only running I ever see Dean do is when they're checking his heart. So
let's test. Oh, I've had that done. Yes. I thought I was gonna die. I'm well, at least there's doctors here, so when I pass out, they're good.
I mean, that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to make you pass out, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
What about some of the other characters and storylines? Like, see, we had the sleepover episode where everybody liked Bonnie McMurray. Do we really think that everybody liked Bonnie McMurray? And will Bonnie McMurray date any of them for real?
I mean, it's. I don't see why. I mean, because they've teased Derry Bonnie.
Yes, that's literally what I was about to say. Like, I've seen that energy being built up on multiple occasions.
I said that, and people were like, "Ew, gross."
No. That's a thing. That's for sure a thing.
I think now she's getting. You know, now she's gotten older. Her paint has dried a little bit. But that
true.
Not enough for 52, but probably fine for 30.
I could give advice.
7.
I'm not. You know, given she's a pretty girl, but yeah, I'm not getting involved.
That's my line.
But
if you're in your 20s, that's just I am not a cougar.
Yeah,
I'm so far from it.
I mean, her birthday's coming up, so she should be 23 here any moment.
July
it's still 17th. The same age as your kid.
Yeah.
She's still just about the same age as your kid. I can't do it. I can't.
Oh, I'm not asking you to do anything.
I know.
You're the one who keeps thinking
because
about it.
Because you keep talking about it.
Fucking savages.
So, for my money, I do see Derry and Bonnie getting together as an end game kind of a deal. She so clearly does not take Riley and Jonesy seriously at all. And I don't think she'd ever give Stuart the time of day. I don't really have a problem on paper with Katie and Derry, but I genuinely think that if they were going to try it on, that would have happened like when they were still in school together. Like that would have happened way before the show.
in the first couple of seasons where I would have put money on Katie and Derry.
Yeah, especially after that first season when she was being all extra
Mean,
just mean and jerky
Derry.
towards fucking Derry. You go home.
Yeah,
We don't have any yogurt.
Yeah. Oh, those two are definitely getting together later, later season, for sure. So, but yeah, you're right. Since then, there.
Look, she disagreed so much she left.
Awesome.
Hey, Dean Tiara, can you give me a little outro? Because I unfortunately got to go do my own podcast, which just happens to coincide at the same time.
So why don't you tell us where we can find you and everything and all that?
Yeah. So as of right now, my show, Perfectly Misfit, is on YouTube and Facebook. You can also catch our show on my Twitch. All of them are on Bet You I Did or Perfectly Misfit, like I said, on YouTube and Facebook. It's a show where me and one of my Army bros catch up every week about our favorite podcasts, things we've watched on television throughout the week, random food, because we were both huge foodies, even though I'm a Bronxite and he's a redneck, but we're huge in fucking food culture. So the things we discuss aren't that average. So we do that once a week every Thursday at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, come check us out. We'd really appreciate it.
Will do. So are your podcasts on any of the social medias? Like
I said, it's on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. On Facebook and YouTube, you can catch us at Perfectly Misfit. And yeah, all my socials is at Bet You I Did, like it says on the corner here. Thanks for having me on, guys.
It was great to see you, Renee.
I really miss you guys. I love you guys so fucking much. Every time we get to hang out, it's fucking awesome.
And we'll be a little bit closer when we move to Portland.
Well, we can't fuck awesome without consent.
Well, but it is what it is. It's fucking awesome. So often you have to accept it because it is fucking awesome, and it's not our fault. And circumstances.
I love this family, and I love you, Renee. And thank you again. Thank you so much for joining.
I actually have a brother out in an Army brother out in Washington who I have to go visit in the next 6 months or so. So see if maybe we can work that into one trip as well.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Depending on where in Washington, because we will be hopefully in Oregon by the end of next month.
Okay.
So.
But it's only a 3-hour drive.
From Seattle, it's a 3-hour drive to get to where we're moving to. But if it's Eastern Washington, it would be 7 or 8 hours.
I think it's going to be more northern Washington. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Thanks again for having us on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll see you next time when we have a season to start talking about.
Season 10 comes out.
I can't fucking wait. I really miss doing this on the regular. I really can't say it. I can't say it enough.
Seriously. Yeah. Love you, bro. Guys. Take care of yourself.
Bye.
Later.
And then number 3.
So, season 11. I mean, I know that's even more speculative of anything that we'd be talking about. So, I kind of think there's got to be a wedding in there somewhere. At some point, we got to have another wedding.
So what I thought would be interesting to see with Wayne and Rosie, personally, would be Wayne deciding that he needed to propose to take the relationship to the next step, and then both of them together deciding that, we don't actually need to put this on paper. We can just be who we are and keep going the way we're going because it works for both of us.
Yes, I agree with that. I actually was thinking, it would be really great if there was a wedding in season 11, but it was Gail and Jim Dickens. Or somebody who's not one of the main couple. We expect it to be Wayne and Rosie the whole 2 seasons. And then it's we're going to elope at Modine's and so-and-so is ordained online and they just have a party and that's their holiday. I don't know. I think that would be fun.
Because I did mean to bring up Gail and Jim because
I want to see that keep going.
I do too. I love it. I feel like
I mean, there's a reason they introduced that relationship, and I think it's. I feel like they reward their side characters when they do good. I mean, they did it with Stuart. You know, Stuart. I don't think that he was meant to be as a main character as he became.
Agreed.
And I think Gale and Dickens is especially Dickens. Gale, I think, was always a main kind of character, but Dickens not really until last season. And so yeah,
and I like that they made his reputation outside of Letterkenny basically the same as hers. Like there was once you hear his reputation and you figure out that they're fucking, you're like, oh, that makes so much sense. They are so that's so good. I ship it. I'm into it.
Yeah. It's like two sexual powerhouses coming together.
Right.
So because it was discussed but never finalized, who's bigger, Stuart or Jim?
Oh,
Jim. It's got to be Jim. He's
just
got
because Stuart's like 5'7" and Jim is 6'9" or 6'10" or what the fuck ever. Like proportions are real, people.
Nah, I have to be absolutely honest with you. The biggest dick that I have personally ever seen was on someone shorter than me.
Oh.
Okay, but did it just
it was terrifying. It was fucking crazy. It was not happening. I was not okay with it. I have to be honest here. That was it was literally like, holy crap, how did you not just lose consciousness?
A 1980s cop's flashlight or something like that.
It's a tube of tennis balls.
Well, that's how Stuart is described. Yeah. So like that's unfortunately
Jim's described as like a 3-hander with some left over.
Right? Which still makes me think Stuart might have I don't know. Stuart is constantly described as being girthy. Like, I mean, we've seen like a tennis. It's not.
We've
tiny.
Seen Stuart's.
That's right. We have. We've seen his what do you call it? Flaccid silhouette.
The implant. Yeah.
That's not the same thing as knowing what that looks like in the other form.
Yeah, but is he a grower or is he a shower? Because there's a difference.
Right. Be a shower or a grower? If he's both, fuck off.
So I'm wondering, there's got now that they've made Dickens a more prominent character. You think Letterkenny being Letterkenny, there's going to be an episode where this question will be answered, or at least explored. You know?
There's definitely going to be some kind of
there's going to be a threesome between Gale, Jim, and Stuart.
Yeah.
Oh wow! You think Stuart's down for that kind of action?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think Stuart's missing the gay sex.
I don't. A threesome does not necessarily have to involve that. It could literally just be that he's.
They could literally London Bridge.
Yeah.
Gay.
Yeah.
No, I mean gay. The character.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
By the way, any word whether she'll come back or not? I don't.
I have not heard nor seen any evidence.
Oh, that's too bad.
So I cannot either confirm or deny.
I would like to see her back. I mean, I'd also like to
Sarah
see.
Gadon is a gift, man. She's
totally.
fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we definitely need some more Jess Salguero and oh god,
Kelly McCormick.
Kelly McCormick, yeah.
Oh, we
need some
broads so much. I want to see the women's hockey team some more, please.
Maybe Shoresy takes them with him up to AAA.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, so yeah, for the spinoff, that's a good question. What other cast members do you think would appear in the Shoresy spinoff? I mean, usually when there's a spinoff, you'll see maybe not regular appearances, but every once in a while somebody.
Yeah,
I could see some of the original the original senior hockey guys, maybe Schultze or
Boomtown.
Boomtown. I could see. So yeah, a lot of those guys I could see in there.
You guys want to hear a real crack theory?
Okay.
So the DNA comes back in S9 as identical, right? Because Shoresy obviously fucked with her samples somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to see one of the plot lines of either S10 or 11 in Letterkenny or in Shoresy being the resolution of that. Like they find out that the samples maybe, well, no, they can't be, not fucked with because they came back as identical. But like getting to the bottom of that, we find out that Coach is actually all three of their dads. Right? And like Shoresy is Coach's son with Barb is my dream scenario. And then Riley and Jonesy are his by-blows from like shacking up with a couple of puck bunnies. That would be fucking hilarious to me.
I mean, we do know that Riley and Jonesy's mom like hockey players.
Yeah.
We do, right? And like Coach could have been like the proto Shoresy, right? Like the beta release.
I could totally
Shoresy
see
is like the
Coach
full home release.
So Coach is a prime candidate, I think, for somebody who could appear on Shoresy as well.
Yeah, definitely. Mark Forward's going to be on Shoresy because Jared Kizo loves Mark Forward. So.
Yeah, maybe he'll come in. I don't know if he would be a permanent fixture, but
yeah,
I could see him coming in as a an opposing coach, maybe.
Yeah,
for a guest spot or two or something.
Yeah, but I mean, you think one of the reasons that, because I know it says that Shoresy's going to go play for a team so he could win, but it could be also built into the story that he's been chased out of Letterkenny for fucking up the DNA samples.
Yeah,
right.
And now he's on the lam.
Another thing, another thread I want to see picked up is, so Riley and Jonesy doubt that Shoresy's fucking their mums for like 3 solid series before they get confirmation at the end of this
from their moms,
spelling bee episode. And then later, Shoresy chirps them both about knocking up their mums. So like, where are the Sprogsies? I want to see some little Shoresy Sproglets. Like, I want to see Riley and Jonesy having to take care of some babies, like do some babysitting, and they're like half siblings. That would just be fucking hilarious to me.
They're babysitting Shoresy spawn, and maybe the babies are like lip, giving them lip, from.
Please fucking do it.
Like,
pull the trigger.
It'd almost be like having twins from 2 different moms.
Right?
Oh God. Yeah, that's just frightening to think about.
It would be. And if you go with,
oh gosh darn it. I love that. I don't know why I just said gosh darn it. I love that was the first thing that came out of my mouth because I was doing school stuff today.
Oh, gee. Yeah.
Yeah, transitioning out of being a teacher has been weird.
Oh,
really?
I'm sorry, guys. I keep dropping out.
It's okay. I can't remember what you're saying.
No, if we go with my earlier theory, right, that Coach is all 3 of their dads, that's like their half brother is getting them more half siblings on each of their moms. That's like some soap opera shit.
That's some fucking Pornhub step sibling crazy caught in the
I want to see it though. I think the potential for hilarity is endless.
Yeah,
I can believe that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking of,
it's like an 80s sitcom in my head.
I'm thinking of Shoresy is stuck in the dryer because then you can't see his face.
Oh God damn it. The fucking stuck in a dryer thing.
How are they going to do that? They can't obstruct his face for the entire series. They can't.
They can though.
They did
They did it with Wilson.
Thank you. I was like, who's the dude?
Main character, and I loved what they did with Wilson, but he's not a main character.
Well, see, that's the thing. Do you think Shoresy will be? I mean, yes, it is named after Shoresy, but do you think he'll be prominent in every episode, like as Wayne is?
Well, given the description that we get, Shoresy's the only character mentioned.
Yeah.
So far.
Right. And okay, so it was like a 2-line press release, but I mean, the show is called Shoresy, and the description that we're given only mentions him by name and no one else. So yeah, I think it's going to be very like Shoresy centric.
Did it say live action?
It is.
Okay, because I was thinking, well, it could be animated.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind too. Animated, or they pull a young Sheldon, which I know Awesome hates this idea, but
I really do, and I don't think it tracks with what the information that we've already been given.
It could just Keystone narrating and have a different actor playing Shoresy, so that way they can show his face, right?
Everybody hates Shoresy.
I still think it would be hilarious to have Shoresy and Katie date, and then everybody else sees the resemblance, but Wayne, Katie, and Shoresy don't. I think that would be fun.
That's twisted. That's like, did you guys ever watch?
It's a Twilight Zone episode.
Oh, what? Oh, God damn! I forget the name of the show with Jason Bateman and
Oh, yes.
With Ron Howard narrating, and God damn it, it's
Arrested Development.
Yes,
that's
thank you.
Arrested Development.
Yes.
There was before they got canceled the first time, there was a tense season of whether Jason Bateman and his sister Justine Bateman were going to hook up. Not their characters, not the actors, but it was really well done though. But it's so uncomfortable because yes, they're not playing siblings, but in real life they are siblings. There's a lot of scenes where they're almost kissing, or they're almost, you know what I mean? It was just.
Well, I mean, and then you've got like Dexter, right? With Dexter and Deborah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It could be weird, but then again, we've also had Game of Thrones where Jaime and Cersei were canon. So I don't know.
Yeah, this is Letterkenny. I mean.
Like I said, I still think it would be hilarious, and it would have the bonus of Jared Keeso having to pretend to fight himself, because that Shoresy's going to put a foot wrong, and Wayne's going to have to step in to correct it. And I would love to see that. I would love to see Keeso try to pretend to fight himself.
I think I think that they'll probably set that up, but then you'll see somebody like Squirrely Dan or Derry say, we've got this, Wayne. They're gonna totally fuck everybody's mind with that. They're gonna say, "Oh man, we were gonna have it."
Way to ruin my fun.
Yep.
Or it'll be a cliffhanger.
It could be, yeah.
And then we get the aftermath.
It's gonna be the end of Rocky. Was it Rocky 3, where Apollo and Rocky throw that?
They hit
punch,
each other at the same time,
and it just freeze frame. Yeah.
Like, okay, can I just say, at Jared Keeso, we would all still watch your show if you didn't jerk around our feelings like this, okay? You don't need to have us on, like, an emotionally loaded cliffhanger at the end of every series. We'll still tune in, okay? Please stop playing with my feelings like this.
All the Canadian actors up there have seen and been involved in enough Supernatural so that they have to make it very emotional. This is what it takes. This is what it takes to make a successful show in Canada. 15 seasons, and lots of emotions, and everybody dies.
Yep, sounds about right.
I suppose one of the storylines we can have in seasons 10 or 11 would be Wayne actually losing his title as the toughest man in Letterkenny.
That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Legit this time, because technically he's been knocked out. But
and how about this for a storyline? Shoresy's the one who beats him and then leaves town, and that's when Shoresy starts.
Oh,
yeah, that's good.
Oh, that's
and then at some point there has to be a rematch.
Dirty.
That's when you have a crossover episode, because there's got to be a rematch somewhere.
So Shoresy goes to hide in the Northern Ontario because he knows Wayne's looking for him.
He knows he just got lucky.
He's hanging out with my boys, Cole and Kevin in North Bay.
North Bay, Ontario. Someday we will go to Ontario. Probably not North Bay, but someday we will go to Ontario.
If you don't tell me you're here, I'll be very upset.
Absolutely.
I will definitely tell you. Yeah. Because if we're coming, it's either BC or we're coming to Ontario. Mm-hmm. So
well, BC once we have passports and
of course
don't care. And the border's open, we can go to BC in a couple hours, whereas Ontario needs to be pre-planned.
A little further.
Just a little. It's a few $100 airplane, and it's like probably have to change planes in Detroit.
Really?
I don't know. I actually don't know. We maybe.
Well, that's right. You won't be in Seattle. I think there's probably direct flights from Seattle, but if you're going to be in Oregon, I don't know, in Portland, I don't know.
It probably would go through Seattle if we were in Portland by then.
Yeah.
Which we will be.
Which is just a 45-minute flight anyway.
Yeah.
So.
It was less than that. It was like 35 because we had tailwinds. It was amazing. I didn't even have enough time. Like they walked by with the drinks and then they walked by with the garbage. And I'm like, oh, we're here. Okay. I was in the airport longer than I was in the plane, for sure.
Yeah, especially, because that's one of the things that we had been talking about probably a couple of years ago now is doing a Letterkenny con.
Mm-hmm.
And where you would have it and who would show up. And
that would be tough. That would be pretty tough because they're spread all over the place. The fans are spread all over.
Ontario, and I'm going to sleep on one of y'all couches.
I mean, that's fine. I've got the space, but I don't know. I don't know if you have the critical mass to have a con in one spot for Letterkenny, unfortunately.
We could just all descend on
you could
Sudbury.
Do like a one-day mini con or something.
Yeah, maybe. And what you do is you hit up the cities where their shows are.
Fuck up with their filming.
You hit up the shows where the cities where they do their live shows, because obviously they've got they know, because that's why they chose those cities, right?
Well, they did choose a lot of big cities, and that's like expensive to host a con there. Like, so having been on the organizational end of a couple big shows, it's a lot. You have to be real sure of your investment. So
yeah,
you could do like a one-day mini con. But I don't know. I think if there is going to be like a legit Letterkenny convention, it would have to be put on by New Metric, because I don't think any of the rest of us have the money.
Oh, and if they were smart, what they would do is tie it in with the show, right? So if they're in a city for a day, for a night, they make the con that day, and then it's into the show.
Yeah. And then record live shows for
just like have an expo and then
and then have booths there for their two favorite podcasts.
Hell yeah,
Ari Now and Protestant.
We would have to do like we would be the panel that would talk before the actual cast came out, and we would be the ones who would take turns interviewing cast at different panel things. And I'm into it.
Everything.
You'd have to get like
You'd have to get what?
You'd have to bring a boatload of merch too to vlog.
Oh yeah. I mean, we got cute shirts. You got cute shirts. Thank you, honey.
I think we could
2 entries for that long form review.
I think we could probably do so. We'd have to pick like 3 or 4 main places to do it. Somewhere. So like Toronto. I think their Detroit show was pretty huge.
LA.
LA.
No.
Vancouver.
I find a lot of our listeners are unfortunately in
Massachusetts.
So maybe somewhere out there.
Really? I don't know.
He's going to look it up.
Now I have to look. Because, man.
It's been a minute since we've looked at that data for sure.
No, I'll go to Australia. Like, I know.
Hell yeah, that would be awesome. Depending on where in Australia, I know some people.
Yeah, hanging out with Jack and have a fight.
Yeah, Melbourne Jack, he'd put us up, or maybe I don't know about all of us, but.
So after US and Canada, then it's Australia, UK, Germany, Ireland, New Zealand, Denmark.
Show me the states. Show me where. Yeah.
Oh, states.
So
California.
Like
Texas,
I said, California.
Texas, Illinois, Michigan.
Well,
okay, so somewhere in California, like maybe Bay Area, Austin, Texas, Chicago,
Detroit.
No. Really? I'm thinking of where, like, is Detroit a city that like people would go to for a con?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to Detroit.
I don't know anything about it except for, the history of it. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, then Pennsylvania, Florida, hard no.
Pass on that.
Well, it's going to be everybody.
New York. And the North Carolina and Washington.
Right.
So,
and then in Canada.
So yeah,
Ontario.
Ontario
Oh,
is
that's
51% for Ontario.
It's all just you.
In Ontario would just go to Listowel and have it there. People would come. People would come to Listowel.
Yeah.
Ontario, BC.
I don't think BC has the resources or the space.
Sorry. Listowel would have the resources or space.
Still a problem.
You're breaking up again there.
They're still a pretty small town. Oh,
yeah, they are. So it would be easy to make a con feel larger, right?
Yeah.
If you invade a small town with outsiders.
Yeah, his dad's old wood shop.
On that. Yeah, you never know what burnt down.
Yeah, we could fly everybody out to Letterkenny, Ireland, and have it there.
You know what? Letterkenny, Ireland does have the space.
Okay.
It's hard to get to though because there's no public transport in Donegal.
No, we can just airdrop in. Right?
We'd have to have awesome with us to translate.
Belfast. Yeah, actually, it's not too far from the Gale Talks. I may have to do some of that.
I'm down. So,
all the places we could go.
have we covered everything we think we can cover regarding 10, 11, and Shoresy? I mean, do we?
I think so.
So 10, 10. We're sure they're still going to have a cliffhanger of some sort. Could potentially be somebody getting married.
No, I think it'll be 11. I don't think anyone's getting married this next season.
Well, it'll be that's the setup of the cliffhanger is that, somebody's been proposed to or something like that.
Okay.
Potentially. So maybe somebody's pregnant.
No, they've done that already.
Have they?
Yeah, they've done a lot of these things before.
Tannis.
So yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Tannis. Yeah.
How dare you?
Well, I meant someone actually going to have a baby. I mean, because that's the thing. Because we talked about
that's probably not going to happen.
The potential of the McMurrays to break up. They could potentially have a kid.
They could. That would be interesting to see Mrs. McMurray try to not drink.
Switching out. I gave him the wrong baby bottle.
I gave him a cock-sucking baby bottle.
I haven't had a cock-sucking gin and tonic in 8 months. Now get this fucking kid out of me.
So, all right. So somebody's getting married or divorced or pregnant. Those are the three things.
Sure.
Or leaving. Yeah.
We know there will be fights. There's going to be at least one fight. Do you think Dierks will be beat up again?
Oh,
I hope so.
He's got a very punchable face. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He does.
Do you think?
Looks like a douchebag.
It's weird seeing him on 19 too because he's you actually feel for him on that show. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about the potential of either Anik or the bro dude lady getting the shit kicked out of them by Katie? Maybe both of them.
Shot to the Twiffer, maybe. Yeah.
Right in the Twiffer.
Yeah.
It's A1 box shot.
And I think it would be nice.
Signature move.
Yeah, be fun to see Swirly Dan fall off the Schneef horse for a season, maybe. That'd be fun.
Swirly Dan's Schneef horse.
It'd have to be a wagon.
A flashback to when he had his nipple ring.
Oh man.
Actually, show me that. Show me the fishhook story, right? I want to see Wayne wearing nothing but a pair of cut-off jean shorts, hucking eggs at a truck for flying the Confederate flag. Show me that.
That would, yeah. Yeah, the little side stories that they tell, those would be cool little if they made little montages of those things happening like 20 years prior. I think that would be hilarious. Yeah. All right. So what does everybody think? When's season 10 coming out? What do you think?
Christmas.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's going to be Christmas. I think they'll be back on their regular schedule then. Christmas, Canada Day, and hopefully they keep going.
Unless they do another October Christmas, because they've got two.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That I think that they had written everything and were ready. All they had to do was shoot. And that's kind of what they did with, what was that, 8, 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can see it.
What I'd like to see is, I mean, it all depends too when they produce Shoresy and where in the storyline Shoresy lands. If it lands between 10 and 11, or if it lands after 11, selfishly, I would love to see the gap filled in with Shoresy, right? So between 10 and 11, have Shoresy.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then our podcasts will have some stuff to chew on and no long hiatus, right?
And more Letterkenny. I would like more Letterkenny.
Yeah, I'd like to see more Letterkenny.
I want to know more about their youth.
There's opportunity for more content. Like Dean, when you were on ours, I mentioned to you that there's the Danish. Is it not Denmark?
Oh, right. Yeah, Finnish.
No, not Finnish. God damn it!
Some sort of Norwegian.
Norwegian. That's it. Norwegian version of Letterkenny. So that pilot is up, and apparently they may, if it gets bought or whatever, they may produce something in the fall. So who knows? Maybe we can continue. We'll have to learn Norwish, but that'll be fun.
I mean, I've been watching a lot of dubbed shows from that region of the country. Ragnarok was great, and there's been a couple other ones that I've watched too now because Netflix.
It's a Norwegian show. Well, it's Norwegian and Swedish.
It's hard to without actually hearing the original language and stuff. We're not entirely sure.
It's basically a retelling. It's a modern retelling of
the Thor mythology.
The Thor mythology. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They have a little bit of Odin in there, but it's Thor, Loki, and the Frost Giants.
Mm-hmm.
And it's local, like it's not an English production. It is
not an English. Nope,
it is not.
It's on Netflix. It's dubbed. I don't know if there's an original version or where to find an original version.
And I think are we still on the same page of that Thor is autistic? That's one of the things that you and I had discussed.
Oh,
I mean,
because that's one of the things that they had mentioned at his school. So
you mean in Ragnarok?
That's what I meant.
Okay, you just brought that out of nowhere for people who were not in that conversation.
Oh, we were talking about Ragnarok, and so that's why I was asking.
Okay.
So I was bringing up the part about Thor in Ragnarok, the kid, because he's I think he's like 18, 19. The kid that plays Thor in that.
Oh, the actor, yeah.
The actor, yeah. But I think his character is supposed to be autistic.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say he's supposed to be autistic, but I would say that he's coded autistic.
I didn't know. I was trying to remember if they had mentioned that when he had signed into the school. Anyway,
I think there was something mentioned, but I think it was mentioned by his brother.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyway, the Loki character is just like, I love how they did that, and you should really check it out just for that.
For the Loki character.
Yeah. Yep. I stopped before I said anything else.
Right.
Yes.
If you're into Norse mythology at all, and are okay with modern thought processes for those particular stories, it's a pretty good story.
So it's set in modern times. It's
yes.
Okay. Oh, interesting. All right. Yeah. I'll check it out on Netflix. Yes.
Yeah. Well worth watching. All right. And do we have anything else that we would like to button up or say? Al, tell people where they can find you and listen to you and come over and play.
Sure. My podcast is called The Produce Stand, and you can find us at Produce Stand Pod on Twitter, Instagram, or even on TikTok now, Facebook, and anywhere you get your podcasts. Check us out. We do. I mean, we do what Dean's podcast does. We go episode by episode. But from our own Canadian point of view. So it's a good companion podcast to have with How Are You Now? And
I like that. Yes,
we are starting up episode 7 or season 7 next week, so we're a little behind, but having a lot of fun doing it.
Right on. Awesome. You want to give out any of your personal information?
She loves doing that.
They can find you on Reddit.
You can
find her in her car.
They can find me on Reddit. Yeah, I am the head moderator of the Letterkenny subreddit. So it's just our Letterkenny.
All right then.
And you'll see her, and you can come listen to her on our podcast a few times, as you can listen to Al on our podcast a few times.
As well.
And you can listen to my other podcast or your other podcast.
Yes. And maybe one of those new podcasts that we're going to get going.
If we ever get around to doing that.
You get a podcast. Everyone gets a podcast.
Everyone gets a podcast.
Hey, it's a thing. You can do it.
Yeah, hey, Dean and Tiara, when are you going to do the pod fix for How Are You Now?
Oh, that's something we'll have to.
I think that's something that you two have talked about that I did not pay attention to, and we are in the middle of moving, so it's not going to be right now.
Yeah. Once we move and I get my actual sound booth,
his dream workshop with what is it called? A whisper room.
A whisper, yeah. So that I can actually have a nice place to record that's comfortable and perfectly sounding. I will start doing that. But I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need some materials.
I'm pretty sure you got that covered.
Well, I can hook you up there.
All right. Well, kids, it's been fun, and I'm sure I'll see you again prior to by the time season 7 ends for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
any listeners out there should join the Discord.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Join our Discord. Join the Letterkenny subreddit Discord. Yeah, we're out there in all the places and doing all the things. So yeah. Anything else I'm missing?
Nope, we're good.
Oh, hey, can I just promote one thing?
Absolutely.
Sorry. Next week, next Tuesday, we are having Alex McCooey on our podcast.
Oh,
right? I'm so envious.
So I'm looking forward.
Don't tell him I want to climb him like a telephone pole.
And for those, yeah, I can ask him too. So who's bigger if you want. I can this question from Tiara between you and Stuart. Who's bigger? Alex McCooey is of course Dickens from the show, so he's
Jim Dickens.
Jim Dickens. So that'll be next Tuesday, and it'll go on to it'll be out for our patrons for a week, and then after that it'll go on to our regular feed. So if you want to hear Mr. Dickens there, then definitely come and check it out.
Right on.
Oh, ask him if he'll come on the How Are You Now podcast.
Yeah, no problem.
I did send him a message, but he never responded. So I'm gonna have to start hunting down agents.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. I noticed I couldn't contact them directly. I had to go through their reps, and so that's fine. I've had better luck with that. So,
all right. Well, kids, so we'll see you. I'll see you at the end of season 7 for you, Al. Everyone else, we'll see you when, unless something else comes up.
When we have something magical to talk about.
We'll see you at the beginning of season 10.
Yay!
So,
bye.
Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining us again here over at How Are You Now? We want to thank our friends Renee, Al, and Awesome for joining us. We'd also like to thank Hard Money Saints for Three-Legged Dog and Old Gray Dog for our intro and outro music. So come find us on the Twitter, on the Facebook, on the TikTok, on all the things that you could ever possibly want social media wise. All right, so we'll see you again. Take care now.
My baby on a great dog, was a meal 3 months ago. Sent her packing down the highway, well, I put her out, I don't know. I said, oh, great dog.